It seems like 1,000 years ago. I came to Harran with a mission and left with memories. Memories that still haunt me. Memories that reminds me to stay human.
I thought my journey started in Waleedoo, looking for her, my sister. But I found something else. Secrets buried in the heart of this new city. Secrets that should have stayed hidden.
The world has changed. People forgotten. Civilizations erased.
But one thing is certain. We can't turn back.
Not after everything.
In 2015, we were introduced to Harran, a city that became the epicenter of an outbreak that changed the world. From the chaos in Harran to the emergence of Waleedoo, we finally seeing the rise of a new terror in Dying Light the Beast. And this, my friends, is the complete timeline explained. Now, to understand the timeline and the journey from Dying Light 1 to Dying Light the Beast, we have to go back in time when all of this started. 2015 Harran. It all began with Harran, where a viral outbreak quickly turned the bustling city into a nightmare. The virus, also known as the Harran virus, turned the citizens into these mindless, bloodthirsty creatures that roamed the streets of Harran. Later in the game, we got introduced to Kyle Crane, an undercover agent sent by the GRE to infiltrate Harran and look for Qadir Suleiman, also known as Rise. Your main objective was to recover the stolen files that contained the secrets of the Harran virus and the involvement of the GRE in this outbreak. So as Crane went deeper into the city's chaos, it became clear that the virus was not a natural disaster, it was in fact the result of a secret experimentation gone horribly wrong. So as time went by, Kyle Crane got more involved with the survivors and became more compassionate towards the people of Harran. This led to a shift of the mission from recovering the stolen files to helping the survivors and stopping Rise, the game antagonist. At the end, Kyle Crane was able to defeat Rise but lost many friends along the way. In fact, after retrieving the file, he gave it to Dr. Camden, who at the time was working on making a cure for the virus. But he failed. 2016 Countryside, Dying Light the following. When Dr. Camden failed to create a cure for the virus, people had lost all the hope as antigen was the only thing that was stopping people from turning into a monster. And since the effects of antigen were temporary, people needed a lot of antigens which they were not able to get because the GRE had stopped dropping airdrops for the people. This caused chaos in Harran, plus because of the recent death of Rise, his men were attacking everyone in Harran trying to seek revenge for what Crane did. That's when Spike took most of the survivors and left Harran to look for a different safe environment, leaving behind Crane, Lena, and few other survivors that preferred staying in the tower. And that's when one day they found an injured person coming out of the sewer. The guy was speaking about magic and domesticated zombies. In fact, he also mentioned a group of people that don't get infected even when they are bitten. And that, my friends, is when we get a map from the survivors showing us a location outside the Harran. So Crane left for the countryside and started looking for this cult who call themselves the Children of the Sun. This group also claims that they have discovered a way to keep the infection at bay, but they're also very secretive about their methods. So Crane begins investigating and gains the trust of the locals and the cult members. He later also learns that the cult followers take a special serum which is believed to prevent them from turning into the infected zombies. Now as Crane gets closer to discovering the truth, he learns that the mother has a dark secret. She is actually a sentient volatile being who controls her infection through the serum. The serum we are talking about here does not cure the infection but instead slows its progress and gives people a control over the zombie-like transformation. At the end, Kyle Crane fights the mother and is left with two choices. Either he nukes the whole place including Harran, or fight the mother and become a sentient being just like her. Now since we know Kyle Crane is alive, we know the nuke ending never happened. So the big question, what exactly happened after this? Well, according to Techland, right after Kyle Crane left the countryside, he was infected and he spread the virus across the world and was later captured by someone who could easily be the GRE.
I think you are know that the end of the Dying Light was Dying Light following and our lovely Kyle Crane get out from the quarantine, unfortunately with a virus, and he spread all of the pandemic stuff on the world. He's the first one that spread it out.
And this, my friends, is when Kyle Crane had to endure 13 years of experiments. Also, if you're wondering which year he was captured in, well, he was captured in the year 2023. But that wasn't the end of his story. 2036 Waleedoo, Dying Light 2. At first, it was a bit of surprise for the people that Techland decided to not go with the story of Kyle Crane for the sequel of Dying Light. Instead, we got introduced to Aiden Caldwell, a pilgrim who travels between settlements, and here in this case, Aiden has been traveling around looking for her sister Mia. her sister, who was separated from him during a childhood experiment done by Waltz, the antagonist of this game. Plus, Dr. Vincent Waltz worked for the GRE and conducted experiments on many kids that included Aiden, Mia, and Lawan. Now, Aiden, just like any other survivor, is infected with a new variant of the Harran virus, but there is something special about Aiden that makes him different from the others. There is a monster inside Aiden that comes out when Aiden senses danger or is low in immunity. In fact, in this monster form, Aiden has super strength, super jump, and infinite health, which makes him really dangerous. And during the story, we saw Aiden losing himself to the virus and destroying everyone, including his own allies. But during this discovery, Aiden finds out about the secrets of Waltz, who's planning to blow up the whole city with missiles. So Aiden goes to X-13 facility to stop Waltz, but there Aiden finds out that Mia is alive and that she was never her actual sister. Yes, according to the story, Mia was Waltz's daughter, and the reason he was experimenting on other kids was to find a cure for Mia. But since he failed because GRE destroyed his work, he kept Mia safe in X-13, where she was on a life support. Later, Aiden would have to decide between saving Mia or the people of Waleedoo. And he actually saved the people instead of her sister that he has been looking for his whole life. So Aiden, with the help of Lawan, destroys X-13, the only place keeping Mia alive. And that's how the story ends, with the two outcomes. In one, the missiles hit Waleedoo, killing many people, and in second, the missiles were destroyed before it could do any harm. After this, Aiden realized he's losing control and is almost at the edge of becoming a fully infected being. So soon after, Aiden leaves the city of Waleedoo in self-discovery, away from these people so he could never hurt anyone again. And that's when the next chapter in Dying Light series begins. Yes, we're talking about Dying Light the Beast, which takes place right after the ending of Dying Light 2. In this game, Kyle Crane has escaped after enduring 13 years of experiments done by a guy named Baron Kerlock, the main antagonist of Dying Light the Beast. And now it's time for Crane to hunt down these people that captured him and did experiments on him over these years. Plus, during this journey, Crane would discover new places, will meet new people, and most likely can also meet Aiden Caldwell. Yes, that's a possibility. And let's not forget about the mysterious creature that's turned the woods into his personal hunting grounds. Also, while we're talking about this creature, Crane himself has also changed over the years. He now has beast-like abilities because of the experiments that were done on him. These abilities give the same power that Aiden have, but also give Crane some extra abilities like doing ground pound and being able to throw big stones at the enemies. So much has changed that if you want to learn more about it, then you can watch this video where I talk about how Aiden can meet Kyle Crane in Dying Light the Beast. And finally, I hope this video helped you guys understand the timeline of Dying Light universe. Also, if you have any questions, then do let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay safe and watch out for the beast.